Hello, and welcome to Purposeful Woman podcast. Today we have Angela Bryant. Angela is a business growth strategist, podcast host, and the founder of Angel Rated, an independent user review site focused on the tools, courses, and people most often used by female online business owners. Hi, and welcome, Angela.
Hello there. Nice to be here.
Well, nice to have you. And I would love to learn on how do you do what do you do right now? What Angel rated.
So, Angel Rated has been a long time coming. So, I started my career in corporate world and did that for many years, and finally left big corporate when I realized I didn't agree with some of their values and wanted to do something with a bit more purpose. And then I worked for a sustainability consultancy and a climate change charity. But about 8 years ago, I got really burnt out, completely exhausted. I was doing a very long commute. I wasn't eating well, I wasn't sleeping well, I was miserable. So I decided to take 6 months off to figure out what I wanted to do when I grow up. And that's when I found the world of online business. It was completely new to me. And I started doing lots of courses, and I set up a couple of businesses, and I built a health coaching business and a sort of online business manager type business where I was working with people on their launching their courses. And I went traveling with my husband about 4 years ago for 6 months. And while we were traveling, we were using TripAdvisor and Yelp and other review sites all the time to look at where we should eat that day, where we should go for dinner, where we should stay in a hotel, what activities and exciting things we should do each day. And at the same time, I was working online, trying to build my businesses and trying to buy courses and work with coaches and buy tools to help build my business and grow my business. And one night I just couldn't sleep, and I was having this complete download of saying, why on earth isn't there a TripAdvisor for all the courses and coaches and people and services that you need to build your online business? And it all came to me in one of those mad moments of download of the idea, the branding, the database, how it would all work. So I then did a couple of years of research and development of trying to work out why this didn't exist, whether anyone was doing anything like it. And yeah, it consumed me. It took over my waking life and my dreaming life, I think. And we launched Angel Rated about 18 months ago. And so it is now, it's, as you said, it's the only online business sort of review site that's out there, like Angie's List or, like TripAdvisor, as I said. So every other industry has a review site or multiple review sites that help you understand whether to go for A or B, whether it's a hairdresser, a school, a restaurant, anything. But the online business world hasn't had one up until now. And I think it's where we're heading in the future. We've always focused on testimonials in the past, very much written by friends of the business owner and edited and used to showcase why everything is so positive and brilliant. And I just think we're getting to the point now where we need those independent reviews. We need people to understand the good and the bad and the ugly of the courses and the business coaches you work with and the tools and platforms you buy. So yeah, that's what I've done. And that's sort of a quick whiz through my journey of getting to this point.
Wow, that is so interesting. I love it that it just came to you through downloads. When you are aligned, it all just like comes together at the right moment. So what would you say was with everything that you know now and you've built it and us building this beautiful directory for businesses, but also it is a building your own business, what, not the mistakes, but like things that you wish you could have done differently with everything that you know right now, what would you done differently in the business wise?
I think the biggest lesson I've learned over the last couple of years, especially from my business now, is that I've always been one of those people that's brilliant behind the scenes and has been really good at doing all the sort of processes and the systems and getting things like the COO, the person who gets everything running and organized. And I've always helped work for the people who were those front and center visionaries, the people who like to be the face of the business. And I think the biggest thing that I have done wrong, in launching this is that I didn't realize soon enough that I needed to also do that sort of that front and center role, that's role where I was getting out there and doing the publicity, doing the podcasts, having my face on things, getting out there and talking about it. I think I was working in that, if I build it, people will come, it will just sell itself. It's so needed that I just thought that once I'd created it, that would be enough. And all I needed to do was all the stuff behind the scenes and make it all work and look great. And it took me far too long to realize that I also needed to be out there talking to people about it, promoting it, talking about why it's needed and the benefits it can have for people's businesses. And yeah, I think just being really aware of my own personality and my comfort zone was really important, and then pushing myself to get out of that comfort zone and to do the full breadth of things that are needed to build a business online is one of the things that I wish I'd known sooner. I wish I'd started 18 months ago with the sort of being visible about it and being less scared of being visible and just getting out there and doing it and trying it and not worrying as much about that sort of fear of visibility and the fear of failure.
Oh, I
So I
love
think
it.
generally, yeah, with all things like this, I think it's just get started as soon as you can. Don't wait for it to be perfect. Don't wait for it to be, absolutely wonderful. I think too often we wait until things, especially for someone who's a perfectionist, you wait for things to be until they're really good. And you need to just be out there much quicker, testing things and doing things and seeing what works and what doesn't.
Love it. Yeah, there is lots of adjustment in a business that you will get to do once you start going out. And I love that you say that test it, test it, test it, because it's all about testing and getting feedback and, moving forward and shifting. There is an amazing book called E-Myth. Have you heard of it?
I have,
Yeah,
yeah.
and it feels like when you were speaking about that running company and the person that is visionary, it's usually like two different people because it's a lot to work to run a business and also going out there and it takes time. And I feel like that book just changed my life and perspective, understanding, okay, what do I get to do and what do we get to delegate and what is a role in the business could be. But as we're starting business, of course, we're doing all of it together, like the managers, visionary, and I forgot what was the ones, the doers, the ones people who's like doing things. Love it. So,
I was going to say the book that brought it to life for me is called The Rocket Fuel, and it has visionaries and integrators and those two roles pulled apart. And that, yeah, changed my life.
yes, yeah, beautiful. So, I have a last question for you that I always ask in this podcast. It's filling the blank question. So if you really knew me, you will know that I am blank.
Ooh. Oh, I am a person who doesn't follow the expected path. I like to make my own path and make very conscious choices in everything I do in my life and make my own way in the world and not do what's expected of me.
Oh, I love that. That is perfect for entrepreneur. Okay. Well, I know you have a beautiful, amazing gift for us today. So what is it? And can you tell us more what our audience is
Absolutely.
getting?
Yeah, fab. So Angel Rated is up and running. If anyone would like to list their business, get on there, get listed and start getting reviews for their business, then at the moment that is free of charge. I would love everyone to come and have free lifetime access. We will start charging for it further down the line, but for the moment, for anyone who signs up now, it will remain free of charge for the lifetime of the business. And yeah, I would love everyone to come along to angelrated.com and get signed up.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We will link that, yeah, everything in show notes and as well where they can find you, Angela, if they wanted to get in touch with you. What is the best way to reach you out?
So yeah, the website is angelrated.com and on social media, we are at angelrated HQ across all social media. So they're great ways to get in touch.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing your awesome directory and review site with us and sharing your story. And if you're listening or watching to this episode, everything you can find in the show notes and go to webpage of this episode. Thank you, Angela, and thank you everybody for watching and listening.
Thank you.
Bye. And if you love this episode and you would love to see more of that, click the subscribe button to Purposeful Woman Podcast. And don't forget to text us to stay in tune with the Purposeful community for awesome tricks by texting to number +1 401 399 4105. And we will link descriptions in the episode to all of that we mentioned today. Bye, turn your one day to day one with a purposeful day.